Hi guys, it's Liz here, and I am back with another daily dose of guidance. We also have Misty off to the side here. She may or may not join us. She's been joining us the last few days, which is very unlike her. We will be, well, at least my intention anyways, is to start with the energy oracle cards to get some guidance. Misty's just coming up on my lap. So pay attention to me. So we're trying out these energy oracle cards. I also have a few other decks off to the side here in case we want to, or if we need to, rather, tap into their wisdom for either guidance or clarity or what have you. So she's not making this easy for me. Yeah, she's rubbing her face on the table. Very distracting. Yeah. Yeah, you distracting. Oh. We're just gonna be quiet for a moment, maybe see if anything wants to come through psychically rather than just through the cards. I mean, I usually do them together, of course, but let's see what happens. So we're just going to be quiet for a moment and just be, whoop, in the moment. Here we go. See what happens when we're quiet. Our messages come up, okay? So we have Goddess of the Moon, upright. Okay, this is a very feminine energy card, okay? It taps very much into intuition, okay? And we did get something, did we get this yesterday? I don't know, sometimes, because I do them every single day, so sometimes they mesh together for me, but we had a message in the last couple of days anyways, that we were guided to take intuitive action. And so I feel like this is rolling over a little bit on that, on taking that intuitive action. So it's tapping into your intuition, okay, and listening to that, that gut instinct, okay? Now, because in addition to it being, you know, a card of intuition, it's, you know, that feminine energy. So we have the Goddess of the Moon, and so we have that moon energy, which is receptive. Okay, so we're receiving. It's also a flow energy, so it's a go with the flow type of energy. So we're trying not to be rigid here. Let's see what else. There is a creative energy as well with feminine energy, but we'll see how that comes up in this particular reading. But I'm feeling very much like it's really about being in the flow and just, you know, allowing that intuition to come through and listening to that gut instinct, okay? So that's just to start with. Okay. Let's see if anything else wants to come through. See if there's maybe, if we can get a little more specific, a little more clarity, maybe additional guidance on top of that. Let's just see if anything else wants to come through in addition to our guidance for today being, you know, allowing ourselves to be in that flow state and tapping into that that intuition, okay? See if there's just maybe a specific area where we need to be doing this, or if it's just sort of a general thingamajig. Okay, okay, oh boy, okay. So we got the second chakra, which is the Sacral Chakra, and the Archangel Ariel, which is, again, the Sacral Chakra is a feminine energy. So this is really asking us to tap into that feminine, that strong feminine energy today. And so the Sacral Chakra is about having passion. You know, this is passion for life. This can be sexual passion. It speaks into childlike creativity. Let's see what else. And of course, like I had said about, you know, sexual energy. Let's see. Okay, this is also, again, because it's a feminine energy, it's a water energy. So again, this is very, flow energy, just going with the flow, tapping into creativity. Creativity is a big, big sacral chakra energy, okay? Misty keeps rubbing on me. Okay, now we also have the Archangel Ariel, who is, I call her the Archangel of Greenpeace, because she's very much about taking care of, the earth. She's about that earth energy and taking care of wild animals and, what I want to say, she's really about helping out like the collective energy here. So it's not about the individual. She helps, with that collective energy, okay? And like I said, in taking care, it's really, she's very environmental, okay? Which is why I call her the Archangel of Greenpeace, because she's very much into healing and protecting nature and, the earth and the wild animals that reside on it, and the people that also reside on the globe. So let's see. See what she wants to. So we're going to tap into the Archangel Ariel to see if she has anything specific to talk about here. So we already have we want to be in a very strong feminine energy today. Maybe this could be that we've gone too far into masculine energy, and so we're being asked to kind of come back into the feminine to balance it out, but I'm not 100% on that. So let's see what the Archangel Ariel has to say. So I'm going to listen in, see if anything wants to come through from, the Archangel Ariel specifically. So what is the Archangel Ariel's message of guidance for us for today? Interesting. Okay. So we have storm warning. Okay, so she's giving us a heads up here. Oh, we got a notification. We know what that means. We're on to something here. Okay, so storm warning can be, there's a few ways to interpret this card, okay? One of them is similar to the Tower card in Tarot, which is just drastic, quick change. Quick, sudden, drastic change, okay? It can feel like everything is just kind of falling apart around us, but it's actually for our highest good. So when we aren't aware that this is happening for our highest good, or maybe even if we are somewhat aware, okay, it can still feel very painful, okay? But again, this isn't happening to us, it's happening for us, okay? So that's one way. Misty scratching on the couch. So that's one way to interpret this card, is that it's to expect, or maybe you're already going through this drastic sudden change, okay, where it just feels like everything is either falling apart or there's just this swift change happening around you, okay? This can also speak into energy of anxiety. So even if it doesn't feel like the whole, the world is falling apart around you, you can still have that energy of anxiety, okay? Where there could be something that comes up today where you're just like, eek, right? It just gets that anxiety going, or maybe it's already something that you're coming into today with that energy of anxiety around something. Or maybe if you have a chemical imbalance, you may just wake up for no discernible reason feeling anxious. I have that sometimes, so that's why it comes to mind, okay? Excuse me. Okay, now because Ariel is very much about the collective and about the globe, okay, this could also be, okay, so this is two things that are coming through. So this could be a literal storm is coming in, okay, a literal storm is coming in. So this could be, I mean, it's, you know, could be a tornado. I don't think it's tornado season, but so it could be like an actual storm though. So we could have like, I'm in Ontario, and we're supposed to have a giant snowstorm, at least in the southern eastern areas of Ontario. I think something even in Texas, down in the US, is supposed to have a storm, something about that. So it could be speaking into a literal storm is coming. Okay, this could also be, because this is also about the globe, okay, it's about the collective. So this could also be a metaphorical storm that's coming. Okay, so it could be a metaphorical storm that's going to affect the collective. Okay, and or it's with this drastic, sudden change. Okay. And I think, and this is also, okay, so I also just heard that part of this message here is that even with this, whether it's a literal giant storm or metaphorical storm, where, or this energy of anxiety and things are just falling apart around us, okay, just this drastic, sudden change, this is where we're being asked to come into that energy of go with the flow. Okay, let's not be rigid, let's not resist. This is an energy of surrender and acceptance to what is, okay? And this is going to help us relieve some of that energy of anxiety, okay? Because that anxiety comes when we're like, we're in fear, okay? But we're in resistance of what is, okay? And so when we're in an energy of acceptance and surrender and flow, okay, that helps alleviate that low vibe type of energy, okay? I did Momo. Oh, she might be jumping up. She looks like she might jump up. Let's see. Okay. So I'm just tapping into the cards some more here, but I'm going to be quiet for a moment, see if anything else wants to come through. Here we go. Okay. So we had this card again. It was either yesterday or the day before. We had financial constraint. Okay. And this time we have with it strategy in reverse. So I'm feeling like this is probably where this is speaking into, where because we have this lack of strategy, okay, that or we've had a lack of strategy, not necessarily in this moment, but we've had this lack of strategy, or the strategy we had in place didn't work out so great, okay? Now we're in this energy of financial constraint, okay? We feel this energy, or we could be feeling this drastic, sudden loss in our finances. So for some, I'd mentioned before, there was a whole hoopla about the stock market, so it could be related to that. It could be related to the economy in general, okay, because of the whole Rona thing. I'll move this a little bit so you can see the move. For some reason, she's decided that's her new favorite spot. We'll see how long it lasts. Okay, so it could be related to the stock market. It could be related to the economy. It could be related to maybe you've had a loss of your job, or your business maybe isn't doing as great as you had thought it would or hoped it would, or maybe has even gone under. Okay, because we had that energy, again, it was either yesterday or the day before. We had that same energy of related to envy, right? And you're like, well, why are they so successful and I'm not, right? I want to have what they have. Okay, it's still that same sort of energy of feeling lack, specifically in your finances, feeling that lack. Okay, and so this again could be into that energy of storm warning, where it just feels like everything is falling apart around you. Okay, but again, Ariel is coming through to say this is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Okay, and to allow yourself to get into the energy of acceptance, surrender, flow, and creativity. Okay, so if what you're doing right now is not working for you, this could be a sign to either just pivot, right? Let's get creative. How can we I was going to say make this work for us, but I don't know. As soon as I started to say make, I was like, that's not the energy I want. But it's how to, let's pivot and see and get creative and see how we can make this work for us. Okay. And see, and it's like, is it Albert Einstein's? I'm not sure. It may or may not be Albert Einstein's quote, or maybe it was Thomas Edison. It might have been Thomas Edison that said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that didn't work, or something like that. I can't quite remember. What is it? I did not fail. I have it off to the side here, so let's see if I can read it from here. I did not fail. 1,000 times. I found 1,000 ways. 1,000 ways to not make a light bulb. Something like that. Okay, but we kind of want to get into that energy if we get creative and we pivot. Okay, and we find, oh well, some things worked, some things didn't. Okay, it doesn't mean you failed. It just means pivot again. Okay, and just kind of tweaking here and there. Let's see what works, okay, and what doesn't work. And what doesn't work doesn't mean failure. It just means it needs to be tweaked a little bit. Okay, we just need to keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. Okay. Now this can also mean, again, so if this is like a business or career, or like I said the other day, it could not be financial stuff at all. It could be, some other goal. And you're just like, again, but still in that same energy of, I want what they have. Why isn't it working for me? Okay. And we just want to see what's working, what's not. Let's tweak it. And in some cases, it is just simply not meant to be for our highest good, though. It's for our highest good. Okay. We can get really just like stubborn and determined and just, heels in the ground, and just be like, nope, this is what I want, and this is happening no matter what, and just like resist, right, to any kind of change. Okay. Now, when we do that, when we get into that energy of, the universe is telling us, this is not going to serve your highest good, you need to pivot, and we don't listen, and we just resist and resist, that's when the universe will, it's kind of like that, you get a poke, and then you get a push, and then you get slammed by the train, right? And so on. And so it's kind of that kind of energy that if you don't make the decision to pivot, it will be made for you. Okay? Now, typically, I do, there is free will and all that jazz, but in certain cases, it is spiritual law that that universal energy, okay, angels, guides, all that jazz, can step in, and what do I want to say? They can step in to sort of force a certain outcome that needs to happen, okay? There are certain things that are just, I don't want to say fixed, okay, because the future is not fixed. It's very much, open and malleable, okay? But there are certain things that do not serve our highest good. And if we're just not getting the message, if we're just resistant, the universe in spiritual law says that they will come in and sort of you know, for your highest good, they're able to come in and sort of make that decision for you. Okay, you still have free will to say, nope, I'm going to continue to suffer. Even if you make this decision for me, I'm going to make the choice to continue to suffer. You can do that. What Ariel is asking us to do here, that's going to serve our highest good, is to be in flow. Okay, to not resist and not continue that suffering. Okay, we want to be in the energy of allowing, accepting, and surrendering to this drastic change, knowing that it is happening for our highest good, even if it's directly against our desire. Okay, our desires are not always, because we can be very focused on the earthly plane, the earthly matter. Okay, but in order for our ascension, we need to be able to let some of those things fall away, because that's going to keep us stuck. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it very well, unfortunately, but that's what I mean by, apart from emergency, like life or death situations, sometimes universal or spiritual law allows our, guardian angels and spirit guides to intervene on our behalf to save our life. Okay, if it's something where it's like, nope, they still have, they're not done here yet. Okay, it's something they can do. Now, in another way through spiritual law that they are able to intervene is when we need to ascend. Okay, when we need to come up and get unstuck. Okay, they've been trying and trying. I said, again, it was either yesterday or the day before. The Archangel Gabriel has been trying to whisper messages in our ear, and we're just not listening. Okay, we have some kind of block in these upper chakras, and we're just not able to hear what she's been trying to tell us. Okay, and so that's when this spiritual law can come into effect and help us to take away and break away all the things that are not serving us in order for us to be able to ascend. Okay, so that we can step into our higher self and serve at a higher level. Okay, so I really feel like that's what's coming through here, is that's what's happening, is that even though it can feel painful, that the things that are being stripped away from us, this drastic change that's happening, that things are being stripped away from us, those things that are being stripped away from us are the things that are keeping us stuck. And this can include our desires and goals. Okay, those things that are keeping us stuck, they can keep us there. Okay, if they're not serving at a higher level. Okay, so this is where your guardian angels and guides are going to come in, strip all the things away that are not serving you, okay, in order to help you ascend, because you're just not seeming to get there on your own, right? You've made the decision, either consciously or subconsciously, to stay stuck. And so they're trying to help. This is how they try to help, okay? Is to strip that stuff away and help you ascend, okay? And you have a choice. You can suffer through it, you can, or you can come into the energy of flow, acceptance, and surrender, and just allow it to happen. This is going to take away that energy of suffering and anxiety, okay? Oof. When the archangels, or when any of the angels come through, honestly, it's so, so powerful. Woo! Okay, like I'm getting like goosebumps even, like it's just Archangel Ariel is coming through so powerfully. Okay, this is a very powerful message, okay? But that is our message for today, and that is our guidance for today. If this is something that maybe you need a little bit of help with, I will mention again that I am a spiritual life coach, advanced angel therapist, and Reiki master. So if you need help getting through any of this energy, you give me a DM or email me at spirituallycharged@gmail.com. Or if it's really, like, if this is like traumatic for you, if what you're experiencing is feeling very traumatic and overwhelming, then I would suggest tapping into either a therapist or counselor or a trauma-informed coach, okay, some kind of like professional help in that aspect, okay? Yeah, okay, so that is our message for today. I hope you found it helpful, and I will see you tomorrow with another Daily Dose of Guidance. Bye.